Andrew, this is the recording that you asked me to make for you about a testimonial, and I'm getting ready to do this right now. So I just want to start out by saying thank you for the invitation. I appreciate that very much. And I want to let you know just how great I feel about being a part of your team and the organization. And basically just want to tell you my story. A few years ago, I was at a crossroads in my life, and not unlike so many others in the 2007-2009 real estate and economic meltdown, I found myself in a serious financial situation. It was pretty ugly. It was then that I decided to leave a 30+ year career working as an investment advisor to do something else. I didn't know what that was going to be, but I took on some various roles, working with local businesses, doing business development, helping to scale companies, worked as a planned giving director for our local charity Habitat for Humanity, and wanted to find something that was really meaningful enough for me to feel really good about my next stage in life. And it was quite traumatic. So when COVID hit in early 2020, I was laid up with a back surgery where I had a spinal fusion because my arms and hands were going numb and I was losing strength daily, almost unable to even pick up a glass of water with my right hand. So I guess I was blessed in the fact that I was left-handed, and it worked. It worked out great, but pretty tough surgery. So after I was released to go home, it was the first week of March 2020, and I turned on the TV and started watching all the news about COVID. I hadn't even heard of it until that time, and was laying there in bed with a neck brace on, and basically witnessed the entire economy shutting down. You know, a few days later, I was sitting up in bed. I had plenty of time to read and rest. Obviously, I wasn't supposed to really be moving around much for about 2 weeks. And I was sitting up in bed with my laptop and got an email offer to attend a free 5-day seminar hosted by none other than Bob Proctor with the Proctor Gallagher Institute. And these were 5-day events, and he would talk about one of the subjects in Think and Grow Rich every time, and with a call to action to join their group, which I never did. Would have if I had the money to do it at that time, but just became addicted to it. It was so powerful for me, and timing couldn't have been better. I was literally blown away. He was discussing life principles that could help anyone struggling with their direction in life, and that was me. And he also recommended that everyone in the seminar listen to a recording by Earl Nightingale titled "The Strangest Secret." It was free, available on YouTube. And so I listened to it, and it literally changed my entire way of thinking and my life, literally in a flash at that moment. I still listen to it every so often, and recommend anyone get that. It's Earl Nightingale's Strangest Secret. Anyway, since that time, I've listened to probably every video presentation Bob has put together on YouTube or in his presentations online. And finally got my copy of Think and Grow Rich, and I've been reading it and studying it every day, almost every day since then, and rely on it as my guidepost. So, as recommended, I wrote my definite major purpose on a goal card, which Bob talks about, and I have had this goal card for a little over 2 years now, and I've been reading it out loud at least twice a day to get it driven into my subconscious. This is part of the auto suggestion that Bob talks about. And Bob teaches that if you really want something, you have to be able to see it in your mind first. And if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. And so if you can do that, you'll eventually become a part of you. And the more that happens, it brings about what's called the law of attraction. And it calls the universe. And the universe brings everything that you need as a result of this strong desire to fulfill that goal. So next, a few interesting things happened. This is just a few months ago. This past summer, I learned that the Napoleon Hill Foundation had a certified instructor program that took about 8 to 10 weeks to complete. And that just sounded perfect for me. So I went through it, and I was basically in between jobs at the time. So I had time to do it, and I loved it. It was great. And so I became a certified instructor to teach this information. And That's part of the reason I continue to study it. And I really love telling people about it. And I've done some presentations here in town. So that was something that was really interesting that happened, that just sort of manifested that law of attraction, made me believe that maybe it does work. And then the very next few weeks in early October, late September, something else unexplainable happened. It was, I saw an ad for the new Think and Grow Rich movie that you guys produced in my Facebook feed. And so I clicked on it. And of course, being the junkie for this information, I had to get it. And it really is an amazing piece of work. When I watched it, I literally had tears streaming down my face because it touched me so deeply. It really is very well done, and I'm looking forward to your next movies that are coming up here. So little did I know that anyone who buys the movie, if they opt in for it, for more information, they get an invitation to talk with a mentor with the Living the Legacy mentoring program, and to hear about the program you guys have put together through the Living the Legacy mentoring program that you guys have created. And I listened to the presentation, and I couldn't believe it. It resonated so perfectly. The timing couldn't have been better. It literally took me about 10 seconds to decide that I was going to do this and join you guys. And since then, it's been a great experience. So I'm just asking myself, did I really manifest this as well? I don't know. I probably will never know, but the timing couldn't have been better. So since I've joined, you guys have done a great job pulling this together with you and your team at the Limitless Productions. I love the content. As you can tell, I must love the content. And I feel blessed that I get to see the previously unpublished work of Bob Proctor that you guys have in the video that only you can see if you buy the movie. And also the videos in the mentoring program are all fresh Bob Proctor pieces that are not released to the public domain. So I love that. And it's really, I believe, some of his best work. So prior to that, I joined a team of business coaches here in town, and I've been working with small business owners and entrepreneurs to help their life and improve their businesses. And as we engage our clients, it became evident that the first thing for a business owner to get on track to improve their business and get the required change is their mindset. And I use this with my business coaching. It's where, my Think and Grow Rich training sets me apart from other people in my space. It's been invaluable, and it's been a joy to share these principles from the mentoring program, from Napoleon Hill, from Bob Proctor, and help others learn how they can change their own life for the better, just like I did. So I recommend going to YouTube and listening to Earl Nightingale's audio titled The Strangest Secret, and then start listening to Bob Proctor's video series in the Proctor Gallagher Institute YouTube channel. And then if you want more information about the mentoring program, let me or someone at the team know, and we'll tell you about it. And I think that you're going to be glad that you did. So that's my story, and I appreciate you indulging me. Thank you.